afternoon and good evening. My name is Tiffany, and we are running the session today about our Tzu International Youth Leadership Program. So I'm sure you guys all signed up to hear more about the program and to understand what opportunities are offered through this program. So I'd like to begin with some opening remarks. First, we'll have some housekeeping. So please, your mics will be off for the duration of the talks. Once we get to the Q&A, we will open and allow the mics to be on. And so if you have any questions, you're welcome to write in the chat group. And of course, please use the reactions because we'd love to hear from you guys and love to see your reactions as well. And if possible, turn your videos on so we can see you all and hope that you guys enjoy this program. So we'd like to begin with opening remarks from Buddhist Tzu Charity Foundation CEO Paul Wen-Yen to give us the opening remarks. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, good evening, everyone. So let me start with what kind of impact do you want to have in this world? The fact that you are all here shows that you have been asking yourselves this question. The United Nations has designated this decade, 2020 to 2030, as a decade of action. This is a time for governments, organizations, and each of us individuals to accomplish the Sustainable Development Goals. This is also the time window we have to mitigate the worst effects of climate change and turn the current situation in the world around. For the past 56 years, Tzu has worked to support those in need, whether through international disaster relief, poverty relief, medical care, or building homes, schools, hospitals around the world. Just in the past 2 years, Tzu has provided COVID-related relief to 96 countries and regions around the world. These practical actions aimed at reducing suffering have made a tremendous impact. And it has paved the way for Tzu to have a seat at the table in many international organizations. Since 2003, Tzu has become a member of United Nations NGO Relations, U.S. National for Aid, meaning voluntary organizations active in disaster. We have consultative status at the United Nations Economic and Social Council. We are part of the United Nations Faith Advisory Council and representatives at the UN Youth Steering Committee, and are part of the board of the Parliament of the World Religions. In the past years, we have been part of many of the major United Nations events. And for 2022 alone, we currently have 70 side events and speaker engagement scheduled. Since such a great interest in our International Youth Leadership Program, I'm personally very excited. I hope that we will have the opportunity to work together with you, and not only the 10 youths that will be selected for the program, but with all of you. I hope you will take one message from this journey. By working together, we can truly make an impact in this world. We hope that you want to work together with us to make your impact. Together, we can have a chance to fulfill Master Cheng Yen's wishes, bringing purity to people's hearts, bringing harmony to all societies and bring about a world free of disasters. Thank you everyone for being here, and good luck.
Thank you very much, CEO Yan, for your kind words. And definitely, as CEO Yan says, youth are change makers, and we can make a difference in this world and make an impact. So thank you very much. I would like to start this program off with actually a quick photo with everyone, and we'll move on to the introduction of the program. So if everybody can turn your cameras on. And can I ask maybe Johan to help with taking the photos? Okay, so everybody turn your cameras on. Okay, great. We have a lot of people online. Let me know when you're done with the photos. So I think we have altogether 2 pages. So we'll do the first page first, 1, 2, and 3. And then the second page, 1, 2, and 3. Great. Johan, all done?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, CEO Yan. So we'd like to invite Johan, one of the colleagues of mine, to talk a bit more about the background of this project and this program, and also the eligibility and the application process. So Johan, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you so much. And thank you so much, CEO Yan, for those inspiring remarks. As you all know, the voice of youth on this international stage is stronger than ever. And here are just 2 examples of extremely well-known youth ambassadors. So we have Malala Yousafzai, who is a Nobel Prize winner in 2014. She was 17 years old at that time. And Greta Thunberg, the climate activist, who was 16 years old when she talked at the UN. And actually, these are only 2 out of many, many youth who are raising their voice and who are really having an impact in international events. So actually, youth is one of the 9 major groups that are part of the UN system to help provide input to UN decisions alongside women, indigenous populations, NGOs, businesses, and other major groups. So youth is one of these. And we can tell in recent years that the representation, the voice, and the influence of youth has grown bigger. But we also see that right now the stakes are higher than ever before. Obviously, the climate emergency is one of the greatest challenges that mankind is faced with right now, and actually the future of our planet. We have an increasing food insecurity. It was decreasing quickly a few years ago, but now it's increasing again, partially due to climate change. We have epidemics. I mean, obviously, the COVID pandemic has been a huge setback for the world recently. And we have social issues such as poverty, education, and healthcare that needs to be taken into account. And most recently, we have yet another large-scale human disaster that has further set back the aim towards sustainability and prosperity for the world. So the voice of youth is truly important. And as a part of this, in Tzu Chi, we have this International Youth Leadership Program that is piloting this year. The idea with this program is to equip you, the participants, with the knowledge, the skills, and the network to become leaders of the international work of Tzu Chi, and also to provide opportunities for those who participate to get involved in international activities, including international relief aid and UN events. So we're hoping that you will have the opportunity to join this program and to actually go in person or virtually to have an impact in UN events. So who is eligible for this program? Well, it's anyone that is between 18 and 35 years old, and that is on the day of the deadline for application. So you have to be between 18 and 35 on the 31st of March 2022. All nationalities are welcome. We have no restrictions on nationalities. In terms of language, you need to be fluent in English in order to join this program, in both speech and writing, because a lot of the type of work that we are hoping to do is speech and writing of English. And of course, you need to have an interest in humanitarian work and international issues. Otherwise, I'm sure you wouldn't even be here today. And very importantly, you need to agree with Tzu Chi's humanistic spirit and philosophy. So in order to apply, you need some material. You need an ID photo. You need a cover letter. And in the cover letter, we want you to tell us about yourself, what your interests are, what your involvement has been in community work, why you have chosen to apply for this program and what you wish to gain from it, and also what global issues that you personally are passionate about and what works you have done to address these issues, locally or internationally. Then we're asking you for a curriculum vitae, so that's 2 A4 pages, size 12 font, and 2 letters of recommendation. So this can be from a teacher, from a coworker, from a boss. So 2 letters of recommendations, and please make sure to include the name, the organization, the position, and the contact details of your recommender, and also what relationship this person has to you as the applicant. And the address where you apply for this program, let me post it in the Zoom chat so you all have it if you have not yet seen it. So here it is. So if you haven't applied yet, click on this URL and apply. But before you start there, make sure that you prepare the necessary materials, the cover letter, the curriculum vitae, the 2 letters of recommendation, and your ID photo. And then go ahead and apply. Okay, so now I would like to hand over to Sister Ashley, who will share more details about the program content. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Johan. So hi, everyone. I'm going to introduce you about the content of the program. So basically, this would be a 4-month training program, you would say. So you will be able to learn a lot related to United Nations, to the Sustainable Development Goals. So basically, the first month, you will be very busy preparing your documents for the application, and you will undergo interview process and also get into the team to know the whole team and also our core members. So afterwards, you will be selected and join the program, which we divide into 2 sections. So the first one, it's like a world tour, which you will be able to learn a lot of different knowledge, case studies surrounding the United Nations and sustainable development from various speakers that we have invited to the program. So you will have the opportunities to learn about climate change, food system, humanitarian aid, and also how young people engage with these issues across the globe. And in addition to knowledge-based classes, we also have classes that will enhance your practical skills, such as project management, event planning, and also like how to raise awareness on social media, something like that. Yes, so after the 4 months, you will receive a certificate of completion. And afterwards, you will be embarked to the journey of different opportunities that we open for those who completed the program to attend. And this will, Sean will talk about this later. So about the programs, I saw many of you stated in your questions. So the program will be held completely in English, and there will be also like breakout room discussion throughout the classes. So you need to be ready to speak, yes, in the sessions. And also in the program, we will assign mentor to each of you. So there will be like some seniors to help you throughout the process. Like, and if you have any questions, you can reach out to the mentor and they will like resolve your issues. And you are also expected to have some take-home assignment, which should be very relevant to what you have learned in the program. And other than that, we are also going to have regional or international events and activities throughout the program. So for example, if we have some international forum or some conferences during the program, you will be invited and to ask for to attend those events. Okay, and now to the most important one, which is the schedule of the classes. Many of you are asking too. So for now, we have put every either Saturday or Sunday, but morning Taiwan time. And for now, we put 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. But the schedule of the classes will be adjusted again once we confirm all the 10 participants. We need to know like which country are the 10 participants at, then we will adjust to accommodate best to everyone's schedule. So the expected commitments for every 2 weeks would be like 4 hours for classes. So the classes will be held every 2 weeks. And for the take-home assignment, you're probably going to spend 1 to 2 hours on that. And there will be like an hour meeting with your mentor every bi-weekly. So this is basically how you can expect how much of time you need to commit throughout the program. Okay, so we have proposed a schedule for the program for now, which you can see that after you guys are being selected, the first class would be on May 7. This is just an ice-breaking session for us to get to know each other. And afterwards, the first real class will be starting on 21st May, and it's going to be every bi-weekly. And you can see there are 2 movers workshop highlighted in yellow. So these are additional workshop outside of the program, which we will also ask you all to attend. So you need to expect some of the month you will have like every week events to attend. Okay, and for now, you can also expect many wonderful speakers we have already confirmed for our session. So you can see that we have representative from Tzu Chi USA, we have a professor from Tzu Chi University, and we have some entrepreneurship from Indonesia, from the United States, and also we have some NGOs founder from Taiwan, and then we have different professional people. So these are all the people you can expect to learn from the classes, and there are more to come. So we are also looking forward to have people from different organizations like WWF, UNICEF, ProVeg, and some other organizations. So you will be, I believe you all will be very inspired by this program that we have prepared. So look forward for everyone to apply for the event. And now I'm going to pass to Brother Sean to talk about the opportunities post-program.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, great. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm Sean from Tzu Chi Foundation. Now I'm going to share with you the opportunities after you are selected as the 10 participants for this training program. So we are actually having 2 types of opportunity for you to participate. The first would be the International Humanitarian AIDS projects, and the second one would be the international or United Nations related conferences. So during the COVID-19 sections, so we can see that sometimes we can't join international humanitarian AIDS by ourselves or UN conference by ourselves. So we will open up chances for you to join virtually from your countries. So as you know that international humanitarian AIDS Tzu Chi Foundation has experience in this sector for more than 30 years now. So we have more than we have reaching 126 countries regions since 1991. So we have a lot of different opportunities, depends on the conditions we have during the training program. So the second part would be the International or United Nations Conference. So Tzu Chi had joined, has become the different UN or international bodies as the spatial consultative status or observers or different status. So we have the chances and opportunities to join different conferences. So if you are selected as the 10 participants, you will have all the chances with you, opportunities to join different type of the conferences or the humanitarian aids projects. So next. So these are all the examples that we have last few years. For example, like humanity aids in Mozambique, in Sierra Leone, or in for me myself, I went to Serbia a few years ago. So these are all the opportunities for us to be in person in these countries that need our helps. But during COVID-19, most of us, we can't go abroad. So how we do that? So we can join the virtual one. For example, like the lower left, we can teach the Mozambique people by using Google Meet teleconference software, so that we can teach them English from Malaysia, from England, from Taiwan, from different countries. This is how we help the people abroad. And for the lower right, these are the teleconference meeting with the people in India. As we know that last year, around May, there's a high surge COVID-19 cases in India. So there are lots of people affected during the COVID-19 disease. And we, in Taiwan headquarters, we have a teleconference hosted by Tiffany and also our team to discuss how we can help the people in India. So this is how we help the people without going abroad. So we will have the chances to be participate physically and virtually. Same in international conferences or United Nations conferences. For last year, end of about November to December, we have our team from Tzu Chi Foundations participates United Nations Climate Change Conference in UK, Glasgow, 2021. So during that time, we have lots of our youngsters that we can see in the pictures, including Tiffany, Ashley, and some others youngsters from different countries. So even in the virtual one, yes, 2 days ago, we have different conferences participated by from United States, Steve as a host for the conferences, and we have different youngsters become speakers virtually in different conferences. So we can see we have different opportunities depending on the organizer. If we have the chances, for example, like end of 2022, United Nations Climate Change Conferences in Egypt, if everything gets settled, I mean COVID-19 all settled, and we have the opportunities to participate physically. So you have the chance to apply to be in Egypt by yourself physically. So we have some other opportunities that can open up for the people holding Taiwanese passports. For example, like movers, Parliament of World Religions, they are all welcome all the youth to be with to join by yourself. And we have some side event that allows everyone to join. So these are all the opportunities that we have right now. And then during your training program, we will release the opportunities for you to apply it. And we will select maybe 1 to 2 participants to join physically or virtually. So if you have any other questions, you are welcome to leave your questions in the chat box, or you can just unmute, and then our host will will unmute you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Johan, Ashley, and Sean for the wonderful introductions. So we'll open the space up to Q&A. Okay, so we have the first question is, hello, may I know what type of recommendation letter we're looking for, employment, volunteer, or characteristics? Johan, would you like to answer this question?
So basically, the only requirements that we have for the recommendation letter per se is that you provide the contact information for the recommender and the relationship between the recommender and you. We do recommend that the recommender that you ask for a recommendation letter is someone who has some kind of professional or volunteer relationship with you. It can be a teacher, it can be someone that's working, maybe a boss, or it can be a senior volunteer, either in Tzu Chi or in other organizations. We don't have a requirement on the format. Typically, 1 page is usually enough, but just make sure that you have these informations. And if the recommendation letter that we receive is missing some information that we need, we'll just let you know. We'll also let you know before we contact the recommender if we feel a need to contact the recommender. Hope that answers your question.
Okay, great. And we have a follow-up question. Should the recommendation be written in English or Mandarin is fine? Hopefully it is written in English because the whole program will be run in English. But if it is Mandarin, we hope that there could be a translation next to it as well. Does the recommendation letter need signatures? Preferably yes. Recommendation letters should come from the person who recommended. So it will be good if they sign it to just say that they've sent this recommendation. Okay, there's one about the specific duration of each international humanitarian aid. So that really depends on the project. So if once the opportunities come up, we will open them, we'll let you know how long this project might run for. So for example, during COVID, when we did India, it was a good 3-4 months, but that was over virtually. So that was online. So if it's going to be, say, for example, in person, that might be a shorter period. So that really depends on the incident and the country that we will be going to. Okay, are there any other questions? If you have a question you want to ask us, you're welcome to raise your hand and then I can unmute you. No questions that I see here. Oh, okay. I don't really quite understand. So, how does it benefit our country? Sorry, are we specifically talking about? We're focusing on global issues. So these global issues, of course, affect every country. So if we are able to take part in these global issues and actually find solutions for these global issues, it will be able to benefit individual countries. So how are you able to bring back to your own country? As in, if you get this opportunity, how can you support your local area? For example, the Movers program is a very good example of this, is which every SDG, they will have classes online, and then which you learn about the SDGs and the programs that are run by other youth, and you can become a mover yourself. So through attending these programs, you can become a mover, actually empower your own communities to take part in these global issues. Hopefully that answers your question, Johan, or yep.
Yeah, I would just like to add to that. So as part of the program, we do require a minimum of 10 hours of local community service. Can be through Tzu Chi, preferably through Tzu Chi, but can also be through other organizations. So that we are sure to couple this international experience that you get through the program with your local work in your community. And a lot of the skills that you will receive, and also the knowledge in terms of the knowledge of the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, and how to lead projects, how to plan projects, and so on. All of this knowledge, you'll be able to bring it back to your own community. So even if your long-term goal is to make a difference in your own community, I would still definitely recommend to apply, and also to talk about what it is that you're hoping to achieve, whether it's locally or internationally.
Okay, do we have any more questions? Okay, I can talk about a bit about some of the questions that came up from our previous session. If some people may be a little shy or haven't thought about these questions. So one of the questions raised was, because the age range is actually pretty big, it's from 18 to 37, or 35, sorry. So somebody asked whether the eligibility or the people that we select will be more experienced and, for example, maybe slightly older. And so for us, we hope to have the whole range of age groups and also the whole range of, say, for example, gender, diversity, and also regions as well. So if you are younger or less experienced, please also still apply, because we will be judging them on the, for example, people that are similar age range or similar in experience to you. So that was one of the questions that came up in the last session. If no one has any questions, Johan or Sean, did you have anything to add, or we can finish the session slightly earlier?
So one question that came up that was asked in the form that you filled out when you applied for this session was whether there's a need to be able to speak Mandarin. So the answer is you don't need to speak Mandarin in order to join the program, but any second language that you might have apart from English can be helpful for your application and for your future engagement. So if you do have a second language or even more languages, including Mandarin or other languages, please make sure to note them in your application or on your CV, because that's definitely information that's helpful. For candidates who maybe they have some engagement already locally or internationally, or maybe they just really they just have that drive to really make a difference in the world. I mean, definitely if you have personal experience with either community work or working in some way to promote the Sustainable Development Goals, that's definitely a plus. But we don't have specific absolute requirements right now. We'll have to see for each of you what your strengths are. And I think we also want to have a good mix of people in this program in terms of ages and experiences. So I think, don't worry too much about it, but just apply if you're interested, and tell us as much as you can about what you have done. And we're hoping that we'll be able to admit you. So thank you.
Thank you, Johan. I think Ashley would like to put in a few words.
Yeah, I just want to add that feel free to share any skills that you think would be valuable to the program. So it can be like presentation skills, organizational skills, writing skills, any kind of skills that you think it's your strength. Just share it with us in your documents.
Yes. So thank you very much. So just like to reiterate, so any skills for us is welcome. Any skills that you think will be valuable to the program. And for Johan, we see that having the passion and some experience in the SDGs will be great as well. Okay, the next one is what for the recommendation letter required, is there a format to follow? I can quickly answer that one. So we don't have a particular format. As long as the person writing the recommendation letter is able to describe your characteristics, and of course below we need their contact information. It will be great if you let them know that we may be contacting them, but before we do that, we will let you know as well. So for the recommendation letters, the only requirement is that we must have their contact details and their relation to you. Great. Okay. The next one is can I ask my friend or housemate to write the recommendation letter? Yes, but preferably it will be somebody who you have encountered in a more professional manner. For example, for your teachers, maybe your employer, or somebody, say, for example, your church representative, somebody who knows you on a more professional level instead of a more personal note. The one that we discourage is having your family member to write a letter for you. So yes, I hope that answers the question. And next one is a recommendation letter. Can ask a senior Tzu volunteer? Yes, definitely. You're welcome to ask a Tzu volunteer or any other volunteer organization that you're part of, because with this program, we want to see you take part or have experience in volunteer activities or NGOs. So definitely, if you have experience in this area, your recommendations letters can come from them. I think of family members, so I've answered that one. It would not be preferable for a family member to write your recommendation letter. How many volunteers? So a total of 10 applicants will be selected for this program. And for the interview, sorry, yes, for the program it will be 10. For the interview process, at the moment, we'll see how many applications will be supplied, and then we will go from there. Okay, next one. Is the recommendation letter needs to be written in English or Chinese? English, please, because the program will be run in English. If it's written in Chinese, preferably there will be a translation next to it. Okay, great. We have a question from, is it Alston?
Yeah, I was wondering just now in the can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So in the presentation you mentioned you have to be fluent in English speaking and writing, right? So what's the writing? Like what do we use for writing English for?
So for example, during the program, we will have a presentation. So writing skills will be required. And also if we are running projects, we might need project proposals and stuff like that as well. So basic English requirements is maybe able to, say, write a project proposal, have a PPT, and also taking minute notes and stuff like that. Yes. Okay, do we have any more questions? The interview, oh, okay, a lot on the chat group. Okay, humanitarian work, including recycle and home visit work. The humanitarian work that we are talking about is generally more on an international scale. So for example, doing a disaster relief, or say we have ongoing charity programs in other countries. Of course, we encourage everybody to do home visit work or recycling work in your local areas. And we will have a few criteria as well in order to finish the program that you need to put in some local volunteer hours. Hopefully that answers the question. Next one, the interviews held online. Yes, definitely. You will not need to travel to Taiwan or to US to participate in the interviews. They will be held online. The format and the interview guide will be out shortly after the closing of the application. So will a Zoom recording be provided after the meeting? Are you talking about this meeting? We will provide the PowerPoint. As to the recording, we might take a look at the availability, and probably we will cut some of it out. But yes, we will try to provide the recording. Next one, for those not successful, yes. If you are not successful in this program, we welcome you to apply again. And we will have classes and some sessions that are open to the general public or to volunteers or to youth. So of course, this program is one of the ways that you can participate, but there are other opportunities in the future. And we hope this is a pilot program. So we hope that in the future, we will open more opportunities for youth to be part of the team in attending UN events. Okay, great. Next question is, sorry, Sean and Johan, feel free to jump in if you have more to add to any of these, just raise your hand. Is there a chance for candidates who have lesser experience to be shortlisted? Okay, so about experience as well, like Johan mentioned, we are looking for a variety of ages, experiences. So for example, we understand that many people for working might have more experience, but because our program is open to a variety of youth, we hope that all youth can be represented. So we will look at the shortlist from, say, for example, age, experience perspective. So please do apply if you're passionate about this program, if you're passionate about doing good work, charity work on the ground and in an international stage, please apply. Yes. Okay, next one. When will this training happen again for the next recruitment? So at the moment, we are hoping to do once a year. So this particular program, of course, we are hoping to open more opportunities to youth. So if you apply and you're not successful, we will send an email out for the other opportunities when they arise. So I would suggest, even if you not successful, please still apply because you will be on our email list for the program. Great, cool. Next one, I guess all the classes will be held online. Yes, the classes will be held online. We will explore for example, using Zoom, using Google Classrooms. So they will all be held online. Great. Do we have any questions from the floor? I guess we've answered all the questions, have we? Okay, I think that is it. We've answered all the questions from the floor and also in the chat group. So if no one has any lingering thoughts or questions, we can get ready to finish the session. We'll finish the session with one last group photo because I think we missed a few people in the first round and more people joined us. So if you can turn your camera on, if possible, and then we'll take one last group photo. Johan?
Oh, there was another question, I think.
Oh, okay. We have one more question. Okay. So if we fail the interview, the results will be yes. We will notify at each stage. So we will notify you if you are shortlisted for the interviews, and we will definitely notify you if you are accepted or rejected from the program. Yes. Great.
Okay, everyone who
that.
can, please turn on your video. Thank you, Dexter. Thank you, Eugene. Thank you, John. Thank you, Haye. Wonderful. All right. 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay. Oh, one more. Yes. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3, smile. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody, for coming online. And please take a look at the application form. If you have any questions, feel free to send us an email and we will endeavor to answer quickly. The closing deadline for the applications is the 31st. So if you are interested in the program and want to apply, please do so before the 31st. So thank you, everybody. And